No one deserves to go through something like this behind bars. He has lived in Florida for more than half his life and worked for the same construction job for many decades. Every day that goes without him here is a day lost forever. This is about being human, about love, connection, and presence. The one thing he needs the most is the one thing that we're being kept from giving him, which is us. I feel that it would be immoral and inhumane to let a man who is suffering, who is terminally ill, spend what little time he has left in pain and isolation. Please don't let him die in a cell. Please don't let his final memories. As easy as it would be for me to say that I wasn't thinking when I voted or that I don't watch the news, I had to ask myself the same question that hundreds of you are asking me, is why did I vote the way I did? I've spent the last few days reflecting, and I feel like I came through some sort of revelation, or like blindfolds were ripped off my eyes.
This woman voted for Donald Trump knowing that her terminally ill father was undocumented. Did you hear me? I have never been more confused, disgusted, horrified in my life. And now he has 6 months to live in, you know where he is? In ICE detention. He's going to live out his final days in ICE detention. And his daughter voted for that. She said, bet, this is what he deserves. This is what people like him deserve. And the thing is, she's on this app every day. She calls herself Cynthia the Hot Mom, like trying to do her whole influencer thing. How do you live with yourself? How do you go on every day?
Hi family, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are okay. It is Sumi here again. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. All my returning subscribers, guys, thank you so much for the love and support. And if you see me for the very first time, I hope you do consider subscribing on the channel. Tap on that bell so that every time I upload anything on here, you're always notified. Well, in today's episode, I came across a video of this Mexican, I don't know, she Latino lady. She came on TikTok and she's crying because she's crying, seeking for help from people, probably Black people, of course. And she's like, my father is detained by ICE, yet my father is actually sick. My father has only 6 months to stay on this planet. He's about to die, but I can't believe that he's going to spend all his last days on earth in detention. So I wonder who made that mistake first and foremost, before her coming out and crying for people to help her. Who made that mistake in the very first place? She made it, of course, when she went ahead and chose to vote for the wrong person, because you can't tell me that she didn't come across videos of Black people telling them not to vote the way they voted. But now she's literally regretting her choice, regretting her vote. Before I go in deep with this video, reacting on it, guys, I want to play these clips fully. You watch the video when she's crying, and also she's also going to talk about the reason why she voted the way she voted, and other people that have already reacted on her video. After, I'm going to come back and talk about it.
No one deserves to go through something like this behind bars. He has lived in Florida for more than half his life and worked for the same construction job for many decades. Every day that goes without him here is a day lost forever. This is about being human, about love, connection, and presence. The one thing he needs the most is the one thing that we're being kept from giving him, which is us. I feel that it would be immoral and inhumane to let a man who is suffering, who is terminally ill, spend what little time he has left in pain and isolation. Please don't let him die in a cell. Please don't let his final memories be of those of pain and isolation. The American flag stands for compassion, kindness, liberty, and justice for all. We're all human, and today I'm asking for one human act of compassion to please let my dad come home.
Yes, to those of you ladies on the line, thank you for staying with us and providing your testimony. It's a difficult position for us and for y'all. However, I've listened to your testimony carefully. My vote, again, is to deny the request for conditional medical release. I know that's not what you wanted to hear.
I listened very closely to your statement, and you used the words that the American flag represents compassion, kindness, liberty, and justice. And those are all the things that we have to take into consideration, both on behalf of the citizens of our state as well as the person whose case we're hearing. And we make the difficult decisions. And so I am going to continue with my previous vote, which was to deny the request for conditional medical release. That would be a majority vote to deny the request for conditional medical release.
As easy as it would be for me to say that I wasn't thinking when I voted or that I don't watch the news, I had to ask myself the same question that hundreds of you are asking me, is why did I vote the way I did? I've spent the last few days reflecting, and I feel like I came through some sort of revelation, or like blindfolds were ripped off my eyes. I started seeing things differently. I questioned my beliefs, my choices, and my role in all of it. I started to realize that it wasn't just this one choice I made. It was kind of a accumulation of choices I've been making for years. Like, for example, when I had my first daughter, I never taught her Spanish because I didn't care to have her learn Spanish. And after having my second daughter, I kind of knew that I wanted her to speak Spanish because I wanted her to be able to speak with my family and connect with them and have a sense of belonging with them. The hate I received online, although it was harsh, I feel like it was so needed, and I'm so thankful for it, because it made me realize things that I was blind to for so many years. I feel like living in South Florida, surrounded by Republican voices, I was brainwashed into thinking I was one of them. I fell for the propaganda, the normalization of cruelty, and I believed the lies that gave me a false sense of security and belonging. I was convinced that voting for Trump was for the economy or against crime, when in reality I was supporting a man and a movement that dehumanizes people. He basically built his platform on targeting immigrants, spreading hate, and pushing policies that ultimately broke families apart. I regret my vote so deeply, and if I could go back and change it, I would. My vote wasn't just a mistake, it was the ultimate betrayal of the very people that I come from. My dad isn't a criminal. He was a hardworking man. He raised me and my 4 siblings, and now he's fighting for his life in a cell. I'm still fighting with everything I have to see if I can get him released so that he's able to spend his final days at home surrounded by his family and his children. When I voted for Trump, I supported the very system that allows this kind of cruelty to happen. That is a choice that I have to live with. Some people have said that my family deserves this, or that I or my dad deserve it, or that it's some sort of justice. But no person deserves to go through anything like this. No person deserves to be ripped away from their family. No one deserves to die alone and sick and far from people who love them. To my family, to my community, to my children, and to every single person who has been affected by the choice that I made, I am so sorry. I've started educating myself on immigration, on the US history, on systematic racism, and how people in power manipulate and try to divide us. I'm reading, listening, learning, and unlearning everything that I thought I knew. And to anyone who is feeling the same regret as I am, I want you guys to know that there's still a way for us to move forward, but it starts with honesty first. Somewhere along the way, I forgot where I came from. I forgot the dirt roads I used to walk down. I forgot the bucket paths I used to take. I forgot my mom's struggle and my dad's sacrifice to come to a brand new country to start a life for all of us. When I voted the way that I did, I turned my back on all of it. I know that a lot of you aren't going to forgive me, and I'm really not expecting anyone to, but I just want everyone to know that I'm going to move forward with more compassion, continue educating myself, and fight for those who can't fight for themselves. I've been in Florida for more than half his life and worked for the same construction job for many decades. Every day that goes without him here is a day lost forever. This is about being human, about love, connection, and presence. The one thing he needs the most is the one thing that we're being kept from giving him, which is us. I feel that it would be immoral and inhumane to let a man who is suffering, who is terminally ill, spend what little time he has left in pain and isolation. Please don't let him die in a cell. Please don't let his vital memories be of those of pain and isolation.
The one thing your dad needs the most is his family. And that is the one thing that his own daughter kept from him by voting for Trump, because you thought you were white. But this is the most extreme reality check for you, that your proximity to whiteness, that your white husband, your white baby, your white in-laws, your new white family, none of that means you are white. And it's not going to protect you, and it didn't protect your dad. You voted for a man who you knew was immoral and inhumane, who ran on mass deportation and said,
"They're poisoning the blood of our country." That's what they've done.
Immigrants are poisoning the blood of our country. He's talking about your dad. He's talking about you. But you thought other people would suffer, and you were perfectly okay with that because you thought you were white. So that makes you immoral and inhumane for voting for Trump. And therefore, you voted for your own father who is suffering, who is terminally ill, to spend what little time he has left in pain and isolation, to die in a cell with his final memories being pain and isolation. You got to spend the rest of your life knowing that this is how your father died because of your vote. This is an extreme example of how pathetically desperate some brown and black people are for white acceptance and white validation. They will trade in their own family and loved ones for it. That self-hate that stems from generations of internalized racism, the need to still assimilate to whiteness, is still so ingrained in so many Latinos who will erase themselves just to be disposable to people who will never accept them. She's a perfect example. She was dumb enough to let those people use her for her vote, and now she's disposable to them in the worst way possible.
This woman voted for Donald Trump knowing that her terminally ill father was undocumented. Did you hear me? I have never been more confused, disgusted, horrified in my life. And now he has 6 months to live, and you know where he is? In ICE detention. He's going to live out his final days in ICE detention. And his daughter voted for that. She said, bet, this is what he deserves. This is what people like him deserve. And the thing is, she's on this app every day. She calls herself Cynthia the Hot Mom, like trying to do her whole influencer thing. How do you live with yourself? How do you go on every day? How do you wake up in the morning? How do you look at your child? Do you have a conscience? Do you have a soul? Knowing what you did, knowing who you did it to, and of course she's saying now we have to come together. We have to fuck you. And the crazy part is I don't even know whether or not her dad was MAGA either. I know he couldn't vote, but he might have been like, well, I'm not a criminal, so they're not gonna come for me. This is so fucking sick and twisted in my brain. I'm gonna make myself a martyr.
The way she tells the story, he only has about maybe 6 months to live. He's wheelchair bound, like he needs help, like the whole nine, like it's bad. He's dying. So I watched the video, and she had the meeting with ICE and they denied it. But then what's worse is she voted for Trump. Let her tell it, she didn't dig that deep into Trump when she voted for him. That was one of the main things that man was campaigning about. So how you missed that, I don't know. So in all actuality, you voted against your own family. So of course now she's been asking for everyone to help. She's been writing letters, news, and nobody's getting back to her. Now, I definitely feel bad because no one deserves to live the rest of the end of their life like that. I don't believe in that. But this is what you voted for and the choices that you made, and now this is the hand that you're dealt. You didn't do homework on him, on the deportation and the immigrant. I mean, I don't know what you want the people to do, to be honest. Like, you voted for that and this is where we are. Yeah.
Of course, if the father wasn't detained, this lady would not come out and seek for help on the internet, and she would not even come out. My question is, does she really regret her vote? I feel like these people are just pretending and lying to people and confusing people. Oh, I regret my vote. Most of these people don't really regret their vote, but it's because they didn't expect such things to happen to them, because maybe they thought they are white. Maybe they thought they are going to be privileged like the white people. However much people told them Trump is going to deport you, this and this is going to happen to you if you vote for Trump, but they still voted for him. And probably they thought whatever black people kept on telling them, black people were lying. That's why every time I find these FAFO videos, I'm like, these people honestly don't regret their votes. They don't. In their heart, they are like, yes, we are proud of our vote, but we didn't expect this. We didn't expect this from Trump. And sometimes I'm thinking, as the regret comes in, they feel like they should go back and take back the vote, but they cannot. And I'm assuming we are still going to see very many of them coming out and giving these FAFO stories. Oh, I voted for Trump because this and this. I voted for Trump because he promised us this and that. No, they voted for Trump because they thought they were white people, and therefore they thought they deserved the privilege of the white people. And they never listened to black people because they thought black people are nothing. They are inferior, and the whites are the ones that are superior. So I don't know what you guys think about this episode, but to me, I'm seeing a lot of hypocrisy here, and I'm honestly tired of these stories, these people coming out and regretting their efforts. I'm so tired of these videos. But anywho, sorry to the father that he's going to remain all the days on this planet Earth in detention. I'm sorry, but I don't know if you guys have any solution for him. I don't know. Put it down in the commentary, and of course, we shall meet again in another clip that I'll be uploading later. See you.